All right, we're just packing up here. Lake Almanor BAM Pro-Am Championship 2025. Just got done with it. I'm the last one out of the hotel, so I had to clean up. Got the new Rig My Ride Alpha Angler 721 Derby Rocket all tied up. If you guys actually haven't seen this, we filmed a Rig My Ride series for this boat. You can go to YouTube, Limit Out Marine YouTube page, and we built this thing from start to scratch on camera. It's a really cool boat build, and the 721 is a really amazing boat. But go to Limit Out Marine, check out Rig My Ride 25. You guys, it's a really cool boat build. Anyways, now that Almanor is over, I got to drive to Sacramento, drop my truck and boat off, get on a plane, and fly home because I got to be back down here in 10 days for the BAM Pro-Am on the Delta. So I wasn't going to drive back and forth. It's like 15 hours from Sacramento to my house. But what I wanted to do was give you a little precursor. I got 8th place in this tournament. Super tough tournament. And Bryant Smith, I think he got 3rd. So I'm on my way to his house, and we're going to squeeze all the details out of him, all his little secrets that he keeps so tucked inside and doesn't tell anybody. We're going to squeeze out of him all the little tricks he used, the baits, the tackle. I'll show you guys a new rod that I used that's coming out. It's a limited edition rod, so I'm going to show you that here in a second. But just wanted to say goodbye to Lake Almanor, which treated me pretty well. I've gotten 2 top 10s on this lake out of 3 tries, so that's pretty cool. But it's a super tough lake to fish, but it's incredibly, insanely beautiful. I'm telling you, if you don't believe in God, come to this place and look around. There's no way you could deny it. This place is amazing. It's just gorgeous. We stayed at the Plumas Pines Resort, and a shout out to those guys because they took super good care of us. Me and Jason Crone stayed together. Crony, if you guys don't know who he is, he's an alpha angler. He's the only pro angler from Montana, which is kind of cool. Right now, he's probably I think somebody called him the hottest angler on the West Coast. They did the math. This is the first top 10 he missed, and he only missed it by like a couple pounds. So anyways, Crony and I stayed here. They let us tie up to the dock. It was awesome. In 5 days of fishing, launched my boat once. That's a rarity. It's really nice. So anyways, let's drive down to Sacramento and find Bryant Smith and squeeze him and get some of the details. So let's go. Okay.
Oh, hey everybody. Didn't see you there. We just finished up Almanor. We caught them all on this setup.
Are you lying?
No, I don't lie.
How do we know you're not lying?
Would you like to see the empties?
Yeah, what do you got?
I don't know. Empty. Oh, no. Okay, I might have been lying. But I'm not lying.
Just checking.
Alpha Angler DSR. Lew's Custom Light. I like the 30 size, a little bigger spool. Line comes off it a little smoother, less line twists. 3/8 ounce weight on the drop shot.
How come a black weight?
So they don't eat it. The smallmouth miss sometimes and they eat your weight. And it's really annoying when you're watching your active target 2. You throw out there, fish comes up, grabs something, and then you go to lift and you see your little bait right above his head. You're like, he ate the weight. And you just pop it right out of his mouth.
I like how you use the whole name Active Target too. That's like a sponsor plug.
Dang right.
Just checking.
I was seeing them out pretty far.
How far?
100. I don't go past 100 anymore.
Because you can't cast that far?
No, I can cast that far. I choose not to.
Why don't you go out past 100 then?
I like to keep everything the same. When you keep the frame the same on your forward facing, you can judge the size better. So if you are like stretching them out, pulling it back in, depending on what you're doing, you'll actually expand the size of the fish or shrink the size of the fish in the screen. So I keep it at 100 and I try to keep it between 20 and 30. You know, if I do have to go out deeper, to like 40, 50, I will extend the screen out to 120. But it's not to see 120 feet. It is to make the frame ratio the same. So if you go out, go down. If you come up, bring it in. Anyway, Custom Light, Love that reel. Smooth drag. And that's why you buy a spinning reel, right? You don't buy it for casting ability. I wouldn't even care if it doesn't grind. It's very smooth, but the drag is everything with the spinning reel. I would put this drag up against pretty much every reel on the market, and it's got a great price point on it. 12-pound braid, 6-pound test, and then the Strike King half shell. That little guy right there is my favorite when we got bait fish eaters.
Wait.
Yeah.
Whoa. What's up, dude? He's got a meat stick.
Bridgeford meat stick.
Oh.
We're all
Hey.
about the sponsor plugs.
Bring that meat stick over here, kid. Oh, he's running.
I'm out.
All right.
So, the craze has been the dice style baits, right? Everybody likes the dice style baits. They work really well. I caught some on it. But when they're on bait fish, I like the half shell. And they were eating the little pond smelt. Every single one of the smallmouth, they're eating little pond smelt, tiny little pond smelt. So that is my go-to when the fish are on pond smelt. I switch between two colors. Green pumpkin, KVD Magic. And this is how simple it was. When it was dark, early morning, clouds, green pumpkin. When it was sunshiny, KVD Magic. That simple. 3/8 ounce weight and just cover water. That's all we did. There was a bunch of boats out there. Everybody was catching them pretty consistently, but I think the reason why I caught a little bit better quality fish from some guys was I was just throwing at more fish. That was it. You just find the fish that are active, that bite it on the fall. Those are the ones I like. I don't like the ones that you have to talk into biting and stuff like that. Like, I don't have the patience for that. One cast. Bites it or he doesn't. If he doesn't, on to the next. But that was the setup for Almanor. Got third place. Not what you want in a TOC, but you know, it's got to be meant to be to win one of those. So I'm happy with it for never really being there. Figuring them out in 2 days. Fun place. Can't wait to go back.
I believe him, I think. You want to see my cool setup?
What you got?
Here, hold this. Don't screw it up. So, this is the first time I'm willing to talk about this on camera. This is going to be the next drop of a bassin rod we make.
Bassin rod.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with this? What is this? What is this? Why is it red?
Well, kind of like our Chatterbound, it's glass.
Ooh.
And so this is going to be a limited edition shaking rod, and this is what I was doing. Fishing a lot of the same stuff as you guys. When it wasn't windy, I was throwing the new G-Shake, we're calling it the G-Shake. It's custom, limited edition, but it has a glass tip. And for Almanor, I was just doing this because I was throwing at stumps, somewhat in the same area you were at. They would set up on them. I'd throw this. It would drift down really slow, and then you can make real subtle movement with a glass-tipped rod. That's what's so cool about this rod. It's actually in production right now.
When do I get one?
Not before all the people that sign up for our mailing list.
Ooh, I'm on that mailing list.
Yeah, you actually are not. I'll have you removed so that my real customers can actually get this rod. But here's the deal with this particular shaking has evolved. This is technology imported from Japan, in that it's really hard to put subtle movements in a rod that's 6 feet long, because you have to move your hand so little and the tip is going to move based on the distance away from your handle. Well, if the tip is glass, it's automatically going to be less, I guess, abrasive. It's going to be a lot softer movement. Responsive, yes. So what you're getting is when you're shaking a minnow, when you're hanging one of these things and just trying to shake it really, you can get more subtle action into your bait with a rod long enough to actually throw it and actually hook them and set them back. So anyways, I got 8th at Almanor, and this is how I did it. Most of my fish were caught off of this. You guys know what it is.
What is it?
It is this is a tumbleweed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I stole these from Brian. And then Brian has this cool little trick, which is a gi. Is it a gi crack?
G-crack.
G crack.
Nico hack.
Nico hack, so that you don't chuck every 9th cast without that Nico hack, you're going to actually launch your bait 180 feet, and then you're going to need another one. So
You're going to be so happy with how far it went until you realize it's not attached anymore.
connected to your rod. Yeah, that's really frustrating.
That's another thing with that rod too, I'm assuming, is the casting distance with light baits.
It does pretty good. I think the rod could have been longer to aid in a longer cast with lighter baits. But once you go back to everybody's scoping now, and it's still super effective, you need the action to be subtle to get those fish that kind of want to go but just won't go. If you make the rod longer, you'll need more glass to dampen your movements. So we kept it at the 6.7. The shaker is 6.7 is about right for casting ability, accuracy, but also be able to work the bait and make the fish actually commit. This is actually, I found out, this is actually the technology that a lot of the Japanese anglers on tour are using, and that's how we found out. They just didn't paint the tips a different color, so we didn't know.
Sneaky.
Lots of sneakiness going on. So that's the Team Alpha Almanor wrap-up. Do you have any other shameless sponsor plugs you'd like to put in there?
Skeeter Boats, Yamaha, Lowrance.
And this is the part that we're going to
Greater Bay,
Cletus edit you out.
Pro Guide, Buck and Bass, Fisherman's Warehouse.
I'm not even sponsored by Greater Bay, but let's shout out to Jim Fretos.
Oh yeah, the man.
The man. All right.
Watch out, there's a ghost behind you, and a spider, and some cats.
Right on. All right. That's it. On to the next one.